Hey y'all, how's everybody doing today, honey? I hope that you guys are enjoying your Saturday. So today I wanted to do a little entertainment news, talk about some things, okay? But anyway, we want to talk about two different situations bordering on allegations of abuse. And since I heard about all this Keke Palmer stuff yesterday, I want to come out and talk about it. Now, yesterday, I'm sure everybody heard the video was trending. I mean, the situation and the allegations that Keke Palmer has launched against her child's father, Darius Jackson. They're all over the place. They're all over the internet. There are many, many videos about it, and I just want to touch on it because this is a serious issue. And so as we know, that Keke Palmer has finally come out and said that they said that she broke up with Darius Jackson yet another time in October. But this time was a little different because she went to the court and filed for the order of protection and also a restraining order against her child's father, Darius Jackson. Um I feel that Keke probably couldn't take it anymore, and I think that it is so sad that it has that they say they're alleging that this abuse has gone on for like 2 years, right? So I think that it went on, in my opinion. People have been, assuming a lot, right? But when it comes to an entertainer, a celebrity, especially as one as well known as Keke Palmer, I think that maybe that is the reason why it took her so long to file for court papers. I think that she was also afraid for her child. She couldn't take it anymore. The entertainers and celebrities like this, they don't like this type of news, being made public about them, right? So I think that is why Keke Palmer took so long to finally get out of this relationship and also involve the police and the courts in the situation. Nobody wants this kind of publicity when you're a celebrity, like I said, such as Keke Palmer. I also think that she was afraid for her child. I also think that, in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, that I think that Darius Jackson, now she said that he manipulated her. She said that. And I believe that, but also I think that he was holding it against her head. Like, if you make this public, everybody's gonna find out about what was going on. It's gonna make you look bad, all this and all that, right? And so, but I think that he may have even been threatening her child. We know that when you are dealing with a domestic violence perpetrator such as this, they will do anything to keep you under their control. She said that he love bombed her, all this and all that, right? But you would think that by Keke Palmer seeming like she is such a strong person, like I said, she would have gotten rid of him a long time ago. But when you have such an abusive person as this in your life and you're a celebrity, it's not that easy. You don't want the bad publicity, right? And so I'm thinking that's why it took her so long. But people have also obtained some of these still photos of a video that was supposed to have been made back in February of him slamming her on the stairs, pushing her down, just treating her real bad, right? And I feel so sorry for her. I feel so sorry for her whole family because her mom has come out finally in defense of her child. I'm sure that her mom has been telling her, for a while, like, you need to get out of this. It's not safe. I don't want him to kill you. Just trying to protect her child. But she finally came out and she spoke out about it because the mom said, as you guys know, that she went to his older brother and talked to him and told him what was going on. And his older brother replied something like, allegedly applied that he used to be the same way. So I'm thinking, okay, so did you see this? Like, is this commonplace when it comes to the brothers and the family? I mean, they had, because for him to say something like that, they have to have been raised that way. I mean, you just don't, you know, wake up and just think it's normal. Like, in my opinion, like, I don't know. But anyway, the mom said she talked to him a year ago about it. Since then, the mom and the older brother have been going back and forth. The older brother is trying to make it seem like his brother is actually the victim, that Darius is actually the victim. He came out with a tweet that says the most disgusting, vile, abusive, manipulative person I have ever encountered in my entire life. Abuses almost everyone. Y'all will see. Just send positive energy to the babies. The babies. Does Keke Palmer have more than one child? But anyway, any child in the middle of something like this doesn't deserve it at all. Wow. So dang sad. Now you would think that he's talking about his brother, uh you would think that he's talking about speaking out for Keke Palmer, but he's actually talking about his brother. He's saying Keke is the one that's vile and abusive and manipulative, right? So he wants to garner sympathy for him and his brother instead of Keke, because that's who he was talking about. He was speaking out against Keke. He wants to seem like Keke is the one that's abusive, which clearly that is not true. And also, a further proof that it is not true is some of the statements that Keke made, plus the video. And actually, yesterday she was granted the temporary order of protection as well as sole custody of her son until they go to court in December. So if there was no basis, or if these allegations were not true, the courts would not have given her the order of protection or the temporary full custody of the child. People like men like this are very abusive. They will do anything to keep control of the situation. I'm showing you guys some of the tweets right here. I may not read all of them, but you know. And so this is a deleted quote that was from the Shade Room that says, "I never once said that to Sharon," because when Sharon said that he said, "I used to be the same way," he comes back to say he deleted the quote, but he came back to say, "I never once said that to Sharon." Yes, you did. Not once in my life. I have never been abusive to any of the women I ever been involved with. But Sharon said that this is commonplace for the older brother as well as Darius. She said that they treat women really badly in Hollywood, and so they're kind of having like a going back and forth. She also said, oh, and he also accused Kiki's mom of threatening his family, right? And so she says, then I guess this is an example of what he mean by that. But any mother will want to protect their child, and this is a female. I don't know if Kiki's father is around, but I don't think so. I think I heard Kiki doing an interview a while ago saying that it was just her and her mama. Like her and her mama used to sleep in a car or something like that, before she started being an actress. It was something like that a long time ago. But I think Kiki's dad is not involved, right? And I think that may be another reason why Kiki dealt with this guy for so long, because especially if she was raised without a father, she wouldn't want her child to be raised without a father. We know that there are many reasons why women stay in abusive relationships, but there are a couple of mitigating factors here. Like I said, in this situation, being that she is a celebrity, right? And so, like I said, I think she took it as long as she could. I hope she will be safe. I still don't trust this guy or his brother. Um, I just, when it comes to abuse, domestic violence situations, sometimes the man, and I hope that the court upholds the full custody, um keeps uh you know I'm sorry, I can't think because this is so shocking to me. I hope that the court will continue to allow Kiki to have full custody of her son. And I think that because, um, hey, Tabby Cat, hey, idea. And I think that, I have heard stories of guys, you know, um, you know, uh, unaliving their children to get back at the mother. And so we don't know what this guy's mental state is. And so for that reason, I hope that she retains custody of her child, full custody of her son, because I don't trust him. And if his older brother is, standing behind this type of thing, who knows what he'll try to do, right? Tabitha said, let him post the mother's threats. That would prove She was fearful of what the boyfriend might. I absolutely agree with that. Hmm. I don't know how her family just sat there knowing he was doing this. My daddy, right? That's what I was saying. Idea. I don't think that the father is involved because I listened to an interview that Keke did years ago about her and her mama sleeping in a car when they came to Hollywood, and her sister. I don't know exactly how many brothers and sisters or either sisters that she had, but I don't think that her father, Kiki's father, is involved. And the mom was trying to handle it behind the scenes because, like I said, Keke is a celebrity. But if it was my child, I wouldn't care if she was a celebrity or not. The first time he put his hands on her and she told me, now see, ain't no telling how long he was putting his hands on her before she even told her mom, you know. And so because like she was saying, the love bombing, and if Keke was raised without a father, you know how some women don't want their child being raised without a father, and they'll take a whole lot of stuff, and it was a whole lot going on, right? So, and I'm sure she begged her mom, just to keep it behind the scenes or whatever. So it's just sad that she had to go through this for so long. Hey, Marsh Baby says, I think because of her upbringing, she led a sheltered life. She probably didn't have much experience with dating. Men prey on females like these. I agree with that. I feel that's why there's so many DV incidents. Yeah. Sometimes you're right about that, March baby. Absolutely, absolutely. That could be a mitigating factor as well. Yeah, I agree. I agree. But like I said, I also think it took her so long to finally do something about it. It's because she couldn't take it no more, and also, she was a celebrity. She didn't want it to come out to the public. Demeter point of view said Miss O Kiki said 6 months after the relationship, he started hitting her. Wow. I can believe that. Because men like this are very weak. They are very insecure, and they want to control you. And I think that he had a couple of reasons why he wanted to control Kiki. Number one, he wanted to control Kiki, in my opinion, because he wanted to live off of her. Okay, number one, and number two, he didn't want her. He wanted her to move a certain way, you know. But when you are a celebrity, you can't just move the way your man wants you to move. You got to put yourself out there. So yeah, I saw through him when he made that post early. Yeah, about when she went to the Usher concert, like he was just all in the uproar. And then a couple of days after that, she was back with him. That's what she meant by the love bombing. And she was probably afraid of him by then. So ain't no telling what he did to her after that, cause honey, he was hot. I was like, oh my god. But I felt like, he was abusive back then. You know what I mean? That the way that he was spazzing out. What's so sad is there are some women out there blaming her. Yeah, there are some women blaming her. Yeah, for being the aggressor. And clearly she was not the aggressor and taking Darius' side just because he, child. Is that right, NY Princess? There are a lot of, you know what? I believe it. Yeah, I've seen some of the comments, and I don't see how other women can blame Keke for going through this. They're blaming her for not getting out sooner. They saying she the aggressor. If she was the aggressor, then would you could the court of public opinion is one thing, right? But when you go through the court of law, if she had been the aggressor, she would not have been given the order of protection or granted full custody of her child. So it's nonsensical. Didn't Kiki say something about the baby daddy at dealings with Diddy? I don't know. I don't know, Trey. I don't know nothing about that. I haven't heard anything about that anyway. And so it's just like I didn't know that him and his brother had been around Hollywood, and just trying to get a paycheck. Child, some people were speculating that he was going to try to get at least partial custody of his son so that he can get some money out of Kiki. I wouldn't doubt that at all because we've seen that a couple of times in Hollywood. We seen that with Mary J. Blige's husband, even though all the kids were grown, he's trying to got alimony. We seen that with Halle Berry and her daughter's father getting a lot of child support out of Halle Berry because they both have custody of her daughter. We seen it with what is her name, Sherry Shepherd. And that Sherry Shepherd thing was ridiculous because he talked Sherry Shepherd into having a what do you call it, a surrogate to have them a baby. And Sherry, when they broke up, Sherry felt like she shouldn't have to pay anything because the baby is not her blood, but the court's making her pay child support right now. And so yeah, we've seen it time and time again. They love to call women's gold diggers, but what about these male gold diggers that we got going on around nowadays? The first time he struck me, yeah, was going to be his last time. Absolutely, idea. Yeah, and so that goes back to the point to where, you know, for whatever reason, she gave him another chance. You know, when it comes to domestic violence and a man strike you the first time, he say, I won't never do it no more. I'm so sorry. I'm this, that, and the other, and it'll go on. There's something called a honeymoon period. He may not hit you again for a very long time, but it's going to happen again. And the first time that he hit her, I agree, Monet, she should have been done with it, you know? And so, yeah, yeah, yeah. The brother was invited to Diddy annual party, and he was there, and that's how they met. Oh, is that right? Oh, is that how Keke and Darius met? Oh, wow, I didn't know that. That's crazy. Yeah, but you can't trust. Like I said, unfortunately, I think she stayed silent so long because she is a celebrity that she didn't want this to be publicized. I really do believe that, and I hate that happened to her. But I hope now that she will break free of all of this, because him slamming her on, I mean, he could have killed her. It's crazy. It's crazy, and then wanting to just beat her up and not even meaning to kill her, and that could have happened by him handling her the way that he was. That don't make no sense. That is crazy to me. It's so sad. But when I hear other women defending this guy, that's just I just don't even know what to think about that. That's horrible. Although I don't follow Steve Harvey, he really tried to warn. Oh, Steve Harvey tried to warn her? Really? I didn't even hear about that. Wow. Wow. That's crazy. But we're gonna have to, keep an eye on the story. I'm sure more be coming out. Like I said, as of yesterday, she was granted the order of protection, as well as sole custody of her son, at least until they go back to court next month. And so I'm sure there'll be more coming out. She's made a lot of allegations against him, and then I'm glad she saved this video as proof. And so maybe that will help her keep sole custody of her son. And so it's just horrible when she made that video on her birthday with him. I said something ain't right. Right. After that whole Usher incident. Yeah, yeah, I agree. That's truly horrible. That's truly horrible. I hate for any woman. When it comes to domestic violence, this happens across the board, whether you're a celebrity or not, no matter your socioeconomic status, no matter your race, no matter what, when it comes to women having to deal with domestic violence perpetrators, this happens across the board when it comes to a lot of women. And I hate that that's why there are so many more domestic violence um laws that have been passed, and more even being passed now, in effort to protect the domestic violence abuser. Because believe it or not, at one point in time in this country, there weren't very many laws protecting women against domestic violence at all. But when it comes to femicide and domestic violence, this is a number one. This is at the top of the list, domestic violence. And so yeah. Well, so many things have happened to Keke. Remember her locking herself in a closet to get away from. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, yeah, I do remember that story. Absolutely. She got with a dusty. Lord have mercy. That's just horrible. I hope everything works out for her. I hope that she will put herself in a safe place far away from this man right here and have no contact. I hope she get her some security guards. I mean, I hope she do whatever she got to do to be safe, because even now this could end very badly. Now, I heard a video yesterday when they were saying that the mom said that he had broken into her home before. Ain't no telling what happened when he broke into her home. So if he can get in her home and he's familiar with her property, I wouldn't be there right now. If I was her, I would. If it was me and my child absolutely wouldn't be there. I would sell the property and never go back there again. Okay, she can afford it. She need to find her another place that's more safe and more secure that he doesn't know about, so he can't get to her. Because these things can end, they can end up being deadly. And so that is how deep domestic violence can get. And clearly this guy has a whole bunch of issues that don't have nothing to do with Keke, you know. And so, but we've seen so many times how these issues can end. She needs a pow pow. Court docs don't stop. Yeah, but see, the thing about Kiki is she can afford security, and I hope she gets some security for herself. That's what I was talking about, Monet. Get some security for herself, and just move away from that property, because she can afford to live anywhere in this world. She don't have to be anywhere close to him. She can have private investigators to follow him to make sure he's not following her. It's a lot of things that she can do, and I hope she does everything that she can in her power to keep not only herself but her child safe as well. Because, like I said, people will do something to the child to get at the mama, you know. And so, yeah, that's just crazy. And I hope it turns out better for her. And so, yeah, yeah. But anyway, we're gonna have to just keep an eye out and see how this turns out for Kiki. I hate it happened to her though. So, but I also moving right along. I want to talk about Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade. And I don't know who is this a troll? This got to be a troll, y'all. Hold on a minute, because I can't keep seeing this thing because they're not saying anything else. So I'm just going to get that out of here. Okay. She needs to make sure their vehicles aren't right. All of that, Monet. All of that. I hope that she does everything she could do, to keep her child and herself safe. Everything. Absolutely, I agree with that. What are they in California or something like that? I wouldn't even be there anymore if it was me. If I was Kiki. So yeah. Nope. Mm-mm. She can afford to keep herself safe. She don't have to be around him at all. You know. And so yeah. So I hope she does that. But anyway, guys, moving right along. I know you guys don't have all day for this, but I really want to talk about. Now, I have for a while, I've done a couple of videos about Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union. So people are alleging that Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union have split up. Now I haven't seen any paperwork or anything like that, but this is the rumors that are going around, and they're saying that Gabrielle Union used to post about the whole family, especially her relationship with Zaya, Dwayne Wade's younger son Zion. Now is being called Zaya because he wants to because Dwayne Wade, well, I can't talk today, y'all. I'm sorry. Because Dwayne Wade said that Zaya came to him and said that she's a girl on the inside and she's Zion has been knowing this since he was 3 year old. And so but since and Gabrielle used to, like I said, post all the time about her whole entire family. But they said of recent, she has only been posting things about her and her daughter, right? And so they look like two GFs to me. Ooh, I know she didn't make that man's son trans and divorce that child. What you say? Hey, love Blake, how you doing? Well, Monet girl, we can really talk about it. So, like I said, the people are alleging that they have split up. Now, I'm not surprised about this because, like I said, I did a video about this a couple of years ago about Gabrielle Union, Dwayne Wade, and Zion now being called Zaya. Right now, the reason the video that I did a while ago, I'm sure I still got it on my channel somewhere, but I was talking about the fact that before this all hopped off about Zion transforming into a girl of I remember that somebody did a story about Gabrielle Union taking Zion to a gay pride event, right? And a lot of people were taken aback by that. Some people thought it was cool, but some people didn't. You know, a lot of people was like, well, hold up, wait a minute, she's not even the mama, right? Why is she doing this, right? And at that time, Zion was only like 10 or 11 years old when she took him to this gay pride event, right? And so, you know, and the mama, his birth mom, Siobhan Bunchen, has always had a problem with Dwayne Wade having custody of her kids. I also did a video a couple of years ago about Siobhan Functions Wade, which is Dwayne Wade's first wife. And in those series of videos, there is a video right now on YouTube from this content creator right here, Kieta Mayweather Gamble. I did a series of videos about this interview that Siobhan Wade, Dwayne Wade's first wife, had with this lady, and she had this she made this she agreed to this interview in part years ago because you know Siobhan, Dwayne Wade did her real bad. That was his child, supposedly his childhood sweetheart, and they were married for years. They had Zaire and Zion, the two boys together, and but when they broke up, when he went to get a divorce from Siobhan, there was a lot of stuff going on, right? He kicked her out of the home. He called her, you know, he tried to make it seem like that she was crazy. You know, he had all the money. She didn't have a lot of money to get the lawyers. He eventually got custody of the two boys. And the whole time, the person behind this whole orchestrated event was no other than Gabrielle Union. Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade said that they started fooling around. And also Gabrielle, at the time when they started fooling around, right? Gabrielle Union, did you watch it, Monet? Child. Yeah, her parents took him in and everything, right? He did her dirty. He did the whole family dirty. Hey, for God and evil, how you doing? For good and evil, how you doing? You, really? I don't remember her saying that. Not in the series of interviews that I did. But anyway, um, so the person behind the divorce and the person behind him getting sole custody, full custody of his children was none other than Gabrielle Union. Now, at that time, when Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade started fooling around, they started having he started having an affair with Gabrielle Union. She had another boyfriend. He was still married to Siobhan, but after they got together and after the divorce, Dwayne Wade did an interview saying that him and Gabrielle got together after he got the divorce. But a lot of people were saying that they were together before the divorce. And in my opinion, Gabrielle orchestrated this whole thing behind him getting full custody of his kids, about Siobhan not getting anything, the way that he treated her. Um, I think that Gabrielle had a lot to do with that. Like I really do. And so Siobhan has been made to be crazy, being made, you know, they try to make it seem like she was crazy and she was doing everything she could do to keep a hold to her children. Uh, it's just like it was a whole lot going on, you know. But like I said, I think that Gabrielle was behind the whole thing. People have been, I've seen another interview a while ago. I think it was Nia Long. Um, it was a couple of women in Hollywood, black women, maybe good, Megan Good, a couple of them. They were talking about Gabrielle Union. There have been rumors for years that Gabrielle Union used to be a mean girl in Hollywood, right? And she probably is still a manipulative, mean girl, right? Now, I also think that Gabrielle Union really has a problem with men. I don't know if she's, you know, gotten over that situation yet because she said that she was assaulted, um, you know, years ago when she was a lot younger. So I don't know if that's playing any part as to why she's moving the way that she's moving now, especially when it came to Dwayne Wade and his kids. But I do think that she wanted him not to have anything to do with Siobhan, which was his first wife, which was supposed to be his high school sweetheart. Siobhan and Dwayne, now Dwayne Wade, they say he came up really bad. His mama was on drugs. You know, him and Siobhan got together, and Siobhan's mother actually took him into the home. They were together for years. Siobhan said in an interview that he abused her for years and years and years. I remember on one segment of the interviews that she did with Kiera, she told the story when she was pregnant. She said that when she was pregnant with Zion, now Zaya, that he came into her house. They were arguing about something, and that he actually slammed her on the ground while she was pregnant. She said a lot about her relationship with Dwayne. And like I said, that interview is still online right now. You guys can go see it right now. And I checked before I came on to see if the interview was still up, and the interview is still up. It really tells a lot about how hard Dwayne Wade came up and what all Siobhan's family did for him. And I think it's really, really sad the way that he did her. But I don't think that he would have done her as bad if it wasn't for Gabrielle. Now, like, I really don't. But then again, maybe he would have. I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, moving right along, child. That's what I feel. Like I said, I feel like Gabrielle orchestrated this whole thing when it comes to Zion, because she's the one that took him to the gay pride event. She's the one, in my opinion, that got Dwayne Wade on board with this, and also there have been rumors for years that Dwayne Wade is at least bisexual or something like that. She did a Breakfast Club interview or something like that one time, and when she said she tosses Dwayne's salad and all of this and all of that, and it's a lot. But all I got to say at the end of the day is how you get them is how you gonna lose them. So if they are separated, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. Okay, for the way that she did Siobhan. But let's talk about Siobhan again for a minute. Now, when it comes to Siobhan, Siobhan did everything she could to hang on to her children. She tried hard to keep them in the home with her. But when you don't have no money and you don't have these money for powerful attorneys like Dwayne did, and you're outside picking outside of the in wherever it was that he was playing, you're outside holding up signs, and you're going to the press with all these allegations of abuse and all of this and all of that, and you have a whole organization backing you at the time because he was still playing ball. Of course, she's not going to win. And so they made her out to be some kind of crazy maniac, but that wasn't true at all. That's not what was going on. She was fearing for the safety of her children. And at first he didn't even want to have nothing to do with her or the kids. But like I said, Gabrielle, in my opinion, is the one that talked him into gaining custody of his kids. Because if it wasn't for her, he wouldn't have got custody of his kids. And the only reason, in my opinion, that Gabrielle wanted him to do that is so that he could sever all ties with the mother. He didn't want her getting child support. Gabrielle didn't want her getting child support, joint custody of anything. She just wanted to X Siobhan out of the picture entirely. Now that's my opinion. Now we know Gabrielle don't have no birth children. Um, and I do think, in my opinion, that she manipulated the situation when it comes to Zion. Right? Like, I really do, because that little boy wasn't nothing. She took him to his first gay pride event, like I said earlier, when he was only 10 years old. Now, Siobhan has always been against Zion. And this is Zion with his birth mom, right? She has always being against, him saying that he is, transgender, and them, kind of feeding into it. And Siobhan thinks that they're doing this for monetary gain. A lot of people think that they are doing this for monetary gain, to the point to where Siobhan, uh, in October last month, filed for paperwork to cease and desist because Dwayne Wade notified her that Zion is going to have his name officially changed and all this and all that, and Siobhan is against it, right? And so, like I said, I really feel like that Gabrielle has orchestrated this whole thing. Siobhan claims in the paperwork that there's another slide I want to show y'all, not this. Siobhan claims in the paperwork that they are doing this for monetary gain. She says she had a conversation with Dwayne, and he was talking about financials. Says Zaya was there at the time, and it says in this part of the article, it says Dwayne Wade ex-wife accused a former NBA star of exploiting their trans daughter Zaya's gender identity for his financial gain, right? Siobhan Funches Wade objected to her ex husband's petition to legally change the now 15-year-old's name due to multiple factors outlined in the court documents obtained by page 6, right? And some of the things that some of the things I showed you guys a few minutes ago was a little bit about what was going on, and they had it outlined in page 6, right? I've got these out of order, and I really can't tell what I'm doing with this, but let me try to read. Um, Yeah. Now this is some of what she said in the court documents, right? And pretty much Dwayne, she's filed, she don't want Zaya's name to be officially changed and all of this and all of that, right? So she filed the petition to halt that. And so she was in the document, she's outlining, why, the mitigating factors like financial gain, right? And so she said she had a conversation with Dwayne, and he said pretty much that there's a lot of money involved, right? And so and then he lied and said Siobhan has decided to pretty much be absent parent in Zaya's life out on her own. And that is not true. That Siobhan has always fought to get more visitation and have more custodial rights for her children, not only Zion, but also Zaire too, Zion's oldest brother. Right? She's always petitioned for that. And Dwayne has always blocked that because he does have sole custody, right? So also the birth mom, and one of them she's claiming that she says the author, which is 41, they're talking about Siobhan because she is the one that filed the paperwork. So they're calling Siobhan the author, alleges that Wade 40 is positioned to profit from the minor child's name and gender change with various companies through contacts and marketing opportunities, including but not limited to deals with Disney. She adds, I have concerns that Wade may be pursuing our child to move forward with the name and gender change, right? In order to capitalize on the financial opportunities that he has received from companies, right? And so people have been speculating this for a long time. So the mom filed paperwork because she doesn't want that baby getting a gender reassignment, right? And she also says that Wade told me that he intended to make our child very famous due to the name and gender issue, and also informed me that there will be endorsements and contracts associated therewith. She said the public speaker further alleges Funchess Wade then uses her trans daughter's dead name. I don't know what they mean by that in the filing claiming Zion, which is now Zaya, who was present um at the time, answered that various companies were interested and that Disney was a prospective company. Now, who in the world do you think got this started about the Disney and all this and all of that? None other than Gabrielle Union. I think that they are using this for monetary gain, and publicity. I think Gabrielle came up with this scheme, in my opinion, because she wants to look good in front of Hollywood, and because Gabrielle has been getting work recently. If you guys, have been paying attention, she's been since Zion came out as transgender. Now Zion said he doesn't feel like he's gay, but he does feel like he's a girl, right? And so I just I just feel like the child at 10 years old can't is not old enough to decide this. And I don't even think at 15 years old Zion is old enough to have any kind of gender reassignment. Right. And so it's just real unfortunate to me. Sounds like Dwayne sacrificing his own son to pay back his debts to the demonic handlers on the tree. Child, ain't no telemarch, baby. And it's absurd, And I agree with Siobhan. Siobhan refuses to call her son Zaya. She calls her son Zion because that is his birth name, right? Yeah, they call him dead name, the name given at birth. Siobhan is not on board with this gender reassignment. She's not on board with this manipulation. She's not on board with any of this, and she's been fighting for years against all the situation. I guess Dwayne Wade I mean, like, how would it benefit her in any way, shape, form of fashion? No monetary gain would benefit the mom at all because he has sole custody of Zion. She has no parental rights, not even to see the kids unless he allows it. So he's lying and saying she's chosen not to be in her kid's life. That is a lie. She has always fought to retain custody of her kids for years. She's never stopped fighting for them. That's why she's still in the news right to this day. That's why she filed this paperwork in Atlanta last month, right? So his response to this was hold on. His response to this was says since this must be the new way of parenting. This is him speaking out against Zaya, against Siobhan, the birth mom. You know what I mean? And so he said he was on a trip in the motherland and he got to take time out to address these allegations. And I'm thinking, what you mean? Right? I was like, mm-mm. So this was his response right here. Um, I don't think he's a very good liar. You know what I mean? At all. And no, he's talking about the baby's achievements. He's got a 4.0 GPA and all of this and all that. And I also think that Zion is doing this because I feel like Zion is in part doing this because he wants to please Gabrielle and he also wants to please his father. Now, I remember when Dwayne Wade did an interview on Ellen DeGeneres years ago, and he was talking about he used to try to dress up like his sisters, like to put on dress. And then there have been claims, like I said earlier, that he was, fooling with the boys or whatever, right? And so when I'm doing my research, I come across something very interesting. Did you guys know that when Dwayne Wade first got custody of his sons, now he was playing ball full time, right? Him and Gabrielle weren't even married yet. So he had this nanny that nobody talks about anymore. But Tariq Nasheed, a couple of years ago, I think in 2020, Tariq Nasheed found some old footage of Dwayne Wade's male nanny, right, with the son Zaya. And so people were speculating that, something, untoward might have happened between this nanny and little Zion because he was real small back then. Some people were also speculating that possibly Dwayne might have had something going on with the male nanny back then. That's what people are, speculating. You know how rumors start and all this and all that, right? So you can't hardly find anything on the internet anymore about this male nanny. Like when him and Gabrielle got married, the nanny kind of disappeared, and I'm thinking, oh, really? Like, what was going on? Because he was with these boys for a while until Gabrielle got married. And like I said, after Gabrielle and him got married, the male nanny disappeared, right? Now, another thing very interesting, at one point in time, Siobhan, the birth mom, was charged with child abduction because, like I said, Dwayne has full custody of the boys. So they went to see the mom, and she didn't want to, get the boys back. She didn't want to give the boys back. But this whole time, Dwayne is saying, well, she didn't want to have nothing to do with her son and all of this and all that. So if she didn't wasn't trying to get her kids, why was she charged with attempted child abduction? Because she didn't want the kids to go back to Dwayne. And she felt like that was the only thing she could do at the time, because the courts weren't cooperating with her. And what kind of lawyers do you have to take any kind, all kind of parental rights against away from the mother? So he had to have some pretty high powered lawyers, in my opinion. You know what I mean? This is why they moved to California, Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union. Well, like I said, Gabrielle Union clearly wanted to get Siobhan out of the picture totally. You know what I mean? The laws favor Dwayne, unfortunately. These trend well, yeah, unfortunately they do favor Dwayne, right? But Siobhan, the birth mom, right? The pick is very interesting, right? So Tariq Nasheed, the one made it public on Twitter, I think in 2020, about the male nanny. And that is around about the time when, things after the Dwayne Wade interview with Ellen DeGeneres and all of this and all that. like I said, Tariq Nasheed found old footage and of the male nanny, because I never knew that he hired a male nanny for the boys. And so I don't know what that's about. And also Dwayne Wade has spoken about some childhood trauma that he had to endure when he was a child, involving a man, and so maybe that's why he maybe felt safer with a male nanny. I don't know what that was about, but can't nobody. The male nanny pretty much done up and disappeared. Like I said, after him and Gabrielle got married, and this is Lil Zion right here, at the wedding, and so yeah, the whole thing is just really very unfortunate, and I am just torn when it comes to this subject. And like I said, a lot of people believe that Gabrielle has manipulated Zion into what Zaya is today. I don't know if that's true or not, but Siobhan, the birth mother, is not on board with it. And now I'm wondering what is in store for Zion slash Zaya now that Gabrielle is out of the picture, because like I said, people are alleging that they're now separated. And are they separated? Now I remember a little while back, when Gabrielle came out, she was talking about their finances are separate. They have separate, like bank accounts and all of this and all that, right? And I'm like, okay, so do they have? She said, she pay her portion of this and pay her portion of that, because evidently Dwayne Wade is real stingy or something, right? And so she did an interview about that, and then and like I said, her recently, people are alleging that they're separated. So it's a lot of stuff going on. It's a lot going on with that. I think that they possibly could be separated, and if they are separated, could he have started doing to her what he did to Siobhan, as far as alleged domestic violence? Who knows what's really going on? Plus, he moved the kids from Chicago, helping take care of the kids. This is y'all females crazy. Look, Gabrielle did the way so child. Look at David. But I do think she is the orchestrator of Zion, making these choices that he's making. Because at 10 years old, look, and that whole story about him saying he knew he was a girl since he was 3. Yeah, I don't know if I believe that. And I think that if Dwayne wasn't with Gabrielle, he wouldn't have been on board, in my opinion, with Zion, wanting to you know, dress the way that he allegedly feels inside on the outside. So I don't know about that. I don't know. And also I saw a picture, I couldn't find it, but there was a picture of Zaya's girlfriend. And so in the picture, Zion slash Zaya is, dressed as a girl, and then Zaya's girlfriend, which is a girl, but the girl is dressed as a boy. So I'm thinking, okay, so are they having a reverse heterosexual relationship? Like, I was trying to make it make sense. So the whole thing is just confusing. I don't understand. Mm-mm. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. So David, oh, that's why he's saying y'all females crazy. Look at what. Oh, so he is that. See, David, you need a red ball back, because you got some misinformation going on, sir. If you're trying to say something against us, quote unquote, females. So you want to be misogynistic towards us, and we're not saying we agree with this decision. Is that what's going on? Because I look, honey, I'm just reporting the news. Hey, Biggie Face. This all D ways. He's flaming himself. Well, now people have said, Biggie Face, that he's living vicariously through his son. So, yeah, okay. I can see that. I can see that. Yeah. I can absolutely see that. Because they say he's living vicariously through Zion. So yeah. He's a delayed thinking troll. I agree with that for good, and even I'm actually going to put him out of here, because I had to reread that comment. And what do you mean by y'all females? What do you mean by that? See, that's the stuff I'm talking about. You come in at the end of the video, you don't know what you're talking about. You didn't red ball back, so you just assuming. I guess he was just assuming that I was over here agreeing with what Gabrielle Union, how Gabrielle Union has manipulated this little boy, right? I'm assuming that's what he was thinking. hmm But see, that's what happened. But I'm very interested. I just really want to know what happened to the male nanny. I'm like, what? Because I didn't know anything about a male nanny. And this had been out a couple of years ago, like I said, when Tariq Nasheed put this on Twitter. But I'm not on Twitter, so I didn't even. But if I wasn't scrolling through trying to find out what was going on with him and Gabrielle, I would have ran up on this right here because I had no idea he had a male nanny. I don't entertain men who call women fit. Right, right. It's a dead giveaway for an incel. You're right about that, Biggie Face. You're absolutely right about that. Coming over here assuming, you know. See, that's when you make a mistake when you start assuming. Hey, Miss Ra, how you doing? So, but yeah, I just want to bring out that. But I'm very interested in. I wish I could find more information about this male nanny. And I wish I could find some confirmation as to if Dwayne and Gabrielle have like actually separated. But like I said, Gabrielle used to post when she did her Instagram posts and stuff. It was on the whole family, and now she's only talking about her and her daughter, which is she's not the birth mother. It is Dwayne Wade's. They had a surrogate, because Gabrielle Union can't have children for whatever reason. And so, through what is it called, artificial insemination or something, his he made a baby with a surrogate, but this is his blood daughter, but not, I guess, Gabrielle's adopted daughter. And so, yeah. So yeah, I really don't even know if Gabrielle adopted Zaya and Zaire. And Dwayne has another son as well, so I don't know the status of any of that, but it's very interesting. And if they are separated, what is going to happen next? You know, because if they're going to move forward now, this is their other son by another woman right here. And if they are going to get a divorce, how would that play out for Zaya/Zaire? Now this is Siobhan and Dwayne before, when they were still together. And this is Siobhan and her two boys, Zaire and Zion, you know, and this is Gabrielle with the two boys. Little Zion's right there, and Zaire is the taller one. And so it's just very interesting, But I hope that Zion/Zaya won't be won't be have any kind of emotional scarring behind this type of thing, because who knows what they've been going through in that marriage, child. Mm-mm, mm-mm. So I don't know. I don't know. So yeah. D Wade used every bit of his celebrity money and power to make his ex-wife out to be a horrible person. You're absolutely right. I absolutely agree with that. For years, she couldn't even speak on him. Yeah, yeah, he had some kind of gag order on her. She couldn't speak on him or the boys for years. You're right about that. That is in that video, that series of videos that is on YouTube when she's doing an interview. She talks about that in that interview, and you guys really ought to go take a look at it. Let me sick in my head. I don't care what the trans community says or does, but I will never agree with a child doing. Well, see, here's my thing, Biggie Face. I don't think that you are emotionally um adult enough to make this kind of decision. And so I personally don't agree with this situation right here. I don't. I just feel it's a manipulation involved. I feel like it was orchestrated for a monetary gain. I feel like it was orchestrated for clout. I don't feel like Dwayne Wade was on board until Gabrielle talked him into it. Because she is the one that started the little boy on his LGBTQ journey. I don't. I just feel like the whole thing is a monetary gain and clout. Like I really do. I agree with the mom, the birth mom in this situation. You know. Now I can't say that about every situation when it comes to, transgender and, you know, we've heard a lot of stories about you know, transgender people, and then wanting to be identified, with how they feel on the inside. And if you're an adult, that's fine. If you want your, gender identity to be changed to the way you feel on the inside, that's fine. You are an adult. You can make that decision. But if you got somebody in your ear when you're 10 years old, you know, um, you know, I just think it's too young. Even at 15, I don't agree with Dwayne wanting to get his little boy's name and gender changed. I guess officially, like on birth certificates and stuff. I don't know how they. I don't agree with that. And is he wanting to have this? He's he wanting Zion to have the surgery, the actual surgery, before he reaches adulthood? Because he's not. He's only 15 years old. What we've seen those videos on YouTube. How you have some gender males, hating that they had that surgery because you can't go back, and they want to detransition. But if you are a male and your gender has been reassigned to female, there's only so far you can go back, because after you have the surgery, what's done is done. And there ain't no rolling it back. And there's a little that person, she was real popular. I think she's like Latino or something. I can't think of her name. And she's now regretting the fact she was real popular. And she's now regretting the fact that she had her gender reassigned it so early. You know, you're right. Just look around YouTube of all the adults who now regret transitioning. Right. I can't think of that transgender girl's name. And I think she had like a show or something early on when she was a teenager or something like. But anyway, she regrets it now. She blames her mom and everything, you know. And it's just real sad. It's real sad because, like I said, when you are 15, you are 10 years old. Jazzy. Thank you, Demita. That's the girl's name, Jazzy. Yep, yep, Jazz. Y'all are right. Yep. I just feel so sorry for Jazzy. And I feel like Jazzy was manipulated, honestly, because now she hates that she transitioned. And so, yeah. And so, yeah. It's just horrible. Yep. Yep. So, for good Eve say the baby is her egg, oh, really, and his sperm carried by a surrogate. So the baby girl, Kavia, she biologically Gabby. She just couldn't carry the baby. Okay, I thought it was a surrogate's egg. Okay, so she just couldn't carry the baby. Okay, okay. So I'm assuming the little girl is with Gabby now if they are separated, and she is only posting about the little girl now. I'm assuming if she's moved, if they're no longer in the home together, then I'm assuming that Gabby took her daughter with her. And so yeah, that would make sense. And like I said in the first place, I think that if it wasn't for Gabrielle Union, Dwayne Wade wouldn't even have custody of his sons right now, because I really don't think he wanted to be bothered like that. We know how this goes. But Gabrielle, I think, orchestrated him getting full custody of his son. That's how I feel. And so yeah, I think Gabrielle orchestrated that whole situation when it comes to Siobhan, his first wife, how he treated her, and especially because of how well her family treated him. And if you go back and look at that interview that she did with the Kiera lady, her mom is even speaking about Dwayne, you know, and it's just so sad. And the lady worked real hard, and she said they did an interview when he first got into, let's see if I can find it, when he first got into the NFL, and they asked her if Dwayne is gonna buy her a house. She said no, she love her house, she not moving nowhere. She don't want nothing from Dwayne Wade. She only wanted him to be happy. And I'm talking about Siobhan's mom, and the way that he has treated them is just really very sad, you know. But y'all, why did T.S. Madison block me? What? When I said I don't support most transgenders because they want to erase women, LOL, I got cussed clean out. When I said if you still have your equipment, you a man. Well, yeah, now T.S. Madison, T.S. Madison got the breast, but he still got his his male part down the side. Yeah, that's all. That's a ball of confusion to me, child. A ball of confusion. To talk about how they have to keep the whole from. Oh Lord, for good and evil, child. We ain't got to go that deep. It's mighty funny that now they break up after Gabrielle got a child. Well, maybe Tabby Cat, you make a good point. But this is the page, y'all. If y'all want to go back and see this video, this interview, it's in 4 or 5, maybe even 6 segments. And it's on this channel right here, Kieta Mayweather Gamble. And I think it says I am Kiera or something, Kieta or something like that. But anyway, it's still online. If y'all want to go, this interview it's a very good interview. If you guys are interested, please go back and watch the interview. I'm gonna try to find that old video I did about this interview on my channel if I still got it. Every year, y'all, I clean out a whole bunch of videos and I just delete them. And so, but I haven't been doing that in the past couple of years because every time you delete a video, it brings down your viewer count. And so I stopped doing it a couple of years ago. And but I think I got 1 or 2 old videos talking about Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union. D Wade mama she was a crackhead, right? Siobhan's family took him in as a teen, right, and raised him. And he did that woman like it. Yeah, if it wasn't for Siobhan's family, his first wife's family, I don't even think that Dwayne Wade would have been an NBA player. Like I really don't, you know. And so I really don't like they really saved that boy's life. And then Siobhan or either the mama said that when she said that he can move into their house, he came. The only thing he had was like a little garbage bag. Him and his sister. His sister, Dwayne's sister, also moved in with Siobhan's family, and they just had like one garbage bag full of clothes or something like that. It was just bad. It was a bad situation that he came up in, and who knows what happened to him and his sister as a result of his Dwayne's mom being on drugs and stuff like that. And so it was really a sad situation, but it was also sad, like you said, Biggie Face, the way that Dwayne Wade did not only Siobhan, but Siobhan's whole family, because they really took him in. And so I thought that was real dirty. But as far as Gabrielle goes, y'all, how you get them is how you gonna lose them. Okay, so that grave she thought she was digging, Siobhan, it appears to me that allegedly she done fell in that grave. Okay, because we know God don't like ugly, honey, and he ain't too impressed by cute. So, okay, Gabrielle girl. I hope Gabby keeps the same energy she has about the boys with her daughter. Right. Let's see if she on board. If her daughter says right, Ms. Rob, right. You make a wonderful point. I absolutely agree with that. I absolutely agree with that. I sure do. I absolutely agree. Well, anyway, guys, I know it's something different, but since there's so much going on, y'all know from time to time I like to do a little entertainment news. I thought today was a great day to do some entertainment news. There's nothing else going on that I want to talk about over here. So I was like, well, let's do some entertainment news, child. I hope everything works out for Keke Palmer, but I got a feeling, it's gonna get a lot more uh, you know, just downright dog dirty when it comes to that child's father of hers. Ain't no telling what he gonna say on the internet going forward. He's gonna try to make it seem like Keke is the bad person. But when it comes to the court of public opinion, is one thing they can try to blame Keke if they want. And I don't even know how they can blame Keke for what's going on when it comes to domestic violence. When they got the video proof of him abusing her, like make it make sense. And why women are acting like that is beyond me, you know. And so I don't know. But Biggie Face, I see what you goody see what you and good and evil is talking about. And child, it is another video for a whole day. But honey, you make a good point, child. You make a good point, Biggie Face. You sure do. When it comes to that situation, oh my goodness, we see it going on the internet, child. Mm-mm. Child, when it comes to some of them, yes. So anyway, I guess that's all I got right now. I'm hoping that Keke will be all right. I'm hoping that if D Wade and Gabrielle are separated, I'm hoping that at the end of the day that Zion will be okay, because I think Zion is really confused by this and what's going to happen if Gabrielle is removed from his life. I've seen someone comment that the video could have been them playing for. Oh Lord, I said well, it don't even say. The judge didn't think that, Miss Ra. So people like to explain away nonsense. People take sides. People take sides, but I can't see why any women are taking the side of the guy. That don't make no sense to me. Because if she was lying and was no merit to what Keke was saying, the courts wouldn't have agreed to uphold the restraining order or her request for full custody if there was no merit to what's being said. So are people not thinking about that? She wouldn't have got appointed full custody at least until December if there was no merit to the domestic violence claims. So that don't make no sense to me. But like I said, people take sides. So it don't make we're gonna have to see what happens. But I hope that she is able to keep her baby safe as well as herself. Like I said, I wouldn't even be in that house anymore. We wouldn't have to worry about finding me. Okay. She got enough money to where she can, just remove herself from his world totally. So because he ain't got it like that. And so yeah. But anyway, I gotta go. I hope you guys enjoyed this little entertainment news. Thank y'all so much for joining me. You know, and I really want to talk about these two issues that's going on right now. I'm going to keep a close eye on them, especially when it comes to Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union, because that thing has been riding me and on my mind for years. I just me oh Gabrielle, girl, just stop. Mm-mm. It was so shady. But I'm glad that Siobhan is still trying to fight for her children. She trying to do the best she can with what she got. But anyway, I gotta go. If you guys came in late, please red ball back to the beginning of the video. Please hit the like button. Please, please, please hit the like button on your way out the door. I thank you guys so much. Please share the video. Like the video, share the great video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, hit that notification bell if you haven't. And I'm going to talk to you guys later. Have a nice weekend. Bye bye. Peace.